Okay, gentlemen, welcome everybody. Welcome. You were here last time? No. No. Okay. You were here last time? You were. You saw. Oh, you saw it online. Okay. So we're gonna continue with. Let's see what he's saying. Sorry, one second. Let's see. Welcome to live. Remember to guard. Yeah, try to get on YouTube live. See if it works or not. Oh yeah, looks like somebody went in. That was you? No. No. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so we're gonna start from where we left off last time. And last time we left off with, just to give a little summary of what we've spoken about. First fundamental thing about women is that our comments and our criticisms, slowly kill the wife and make her become a very horrible person, but in quotes, yeah? Because of the fact that we slowly, begin to. By the way, people think that comments are like nasty things. So they're not nasty things. It could be like regular things that you say throughout the day, not realizing that it's a negative comment, So we have to compile a list of what it really means a negative comment. But anything from, sweetie, why is your skirt so short? Or why are you wearing that shirt? Or why does laundry smell? Things that are factual. Why does the kitchen look so messy? Yeah. How come the kids are not sleeping?
It's not your business.
Yeah. So exactly. So if she ever tells you it's not your business, guess what? That's a negative comment. That's something you're not supposed to tell. And from that day, do not say this again. Yes. Do not say that. Yes. That's her problem. That's her problem. It's none of your business. You shouldn't have married her. But now that you married her, how do you fix this short, by being a nice man. If you're a nice man, if you're a nice husband, she'll change the short thing to make it long. She'll, wash whatever needs to be washed. She'll do everything. But now she's suffering, so she's dafka doing for you the reverse. You understand? So very important that we watch the comments. And as a man, as a husband, you have to see the reaction of your wife and see that, she doesn't like when I say this. Like, let's say a person doesn't know what a negative comment is. When he sees that his wife doesn't like it, guess what? In your brain, make sure, okay, that I'm not supposed to say again because it upsets her. It could be very factual, meaning it could be something very real. Yeah? Like, why is it when I come, the dinner is always late? So that you cannot say. You know why? Because if you think it's late, you make it. Or you buy it. You hear a lot of guys, but I come home, I'm hungry, I want the food right away. Not a good idea. It's not gonna be a happy marriage if you do that. Okay? All right, so that was the first fundamental thing, was that we cannot make comments or criticisms or constructive criticisms. The second thing was that we have to make her number one. Number one means she's more important than anybody else. Yeah, which includes your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your whatever, your rabbi, your learning, your job, everything that will detract from her being number one, you got to keep away from. Yeah. So people are saying, well, how? I mean, it's my parents. Yes, even your parents, unfortunately, if you have a messed up relationship, she's not gonna want to, deal with your parents. She's not going to want to be, around them, and she doesn't want you to go there, right? But if you build her up, and if you make her feel like she's number one, you'll have a much easier time. So that was number two. Third one over here, we started last time. It says being a man. Yeah, he says, allow me to define what a man is, and we said it last time, but let's just repeat it again. A man gives, he pampers, he listens to others, he pays attention to others. He concedes his wants for the sake of others, right? Meaning, if I'm a man, I'm a giver. What does it mean, a giver? Yeah, I know you want A, I want B. What am I going to do? I'm going to do A, even though I want B. So guys tell me, I don't understand. What, every time she wants to go to her parents, we go? Yes. And every time I want to go to my parents and she doesn't want to go, we don't go? Yes, we don't go. Why? Because you're a man and you can handle it. You understand? So they say it's not fair. So he's going to mention right now, if you're talking not fair, you're not a man. You're anything but a man. You understand? He says, he doesn't seek honor, doesn't want to benefit from others, doesn't want support from others. He helps others and empathizes with others. A man can accept humiliation with love and can also accept complaints and accusations without being offended or defensive. I get very offended when my wife gets on my, gets a little bit rowdy. I can't. He says, okay. Listen, you as a man, as a husband, have to be able to take her nuances once in a while. Why? Because that's a woman. Unfortunately, they're all like that. Everybody thinks, no, it's only my wife like this. No, my wife is also like that. His wife is also like that. Huh?
Why can't they do the same for us also?
What?
Why can't they take?
Oh, because they're unable to. He explains a woman is unable to take any.
So then why do we have emotions?
Oh, very good. So your emotions are not for you to cry like a baby when your wife, quote unquote, hits you with some kind of an attitude. Yeah? It's not. Your emotion is not for that. No. Your emotions were there for something bigger than that. You understand? Oh, so for instance, when a person is in, let's say, in business, right? He's in war, right? He's in, things that are outside the house. Your emotions protect you from certain things that you might be feeling. But when it comes to your wife, she's not going to kill you. She's not. She'll get on your nerves a little bit, but she's not going to kill you. And therefore, knowing that fact, you have to stay your ground. Don't start, she wants to see, and I said this to you last time, she wants to see a guy that I told you, I was 16, 17 years old. Yes. I was 16, 17 years old. I was standing with my six-pack, and I told a 10, 12-year-old, Davai, punch me in the stomach. And he was punching me. And I was standing like it's nothing.
Yeah, but that's completely different.
No, it's not different. It's not different. She wants you to stand and take the assault that she's giving. By the way, she's not assaulting you. She's just, I can't take it anymore. The kids are like this. I went shopping and all you do is do nothing and this and that. Meanwhile, you got up early in the morning and you went to shul and you went to work and you went shopping and you.
No appreciation.
Very good. She doesn't care about your appreciation or not appreciation. Why? I have a man. I need somebody to have my back.
That I can have a punching.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Exactly, you're right. I want to punch him back that I could beat on, and I want him to stand like a man and take the beating.
But how much do you get punched until you're like?
So look. It's a very short time period. If you maintain it, guaranteed in 4, 5, 6 weeks, she becomes a totally different person. Why? Because she hits. She says, "Wow, this guy, since now he's a man, you know what I'm gonna do? Everything for him."
What if she doesn't?
She will.
Something wrong?
If she doesn't, you know what's wrong? You're doing something wrong. And I already no. Don't laugh. I saw it in you and I saw it in him, by the way, also. So don't laugh.
She'll do it.
Don't laugh. Huh?
She'll do it because you react, and because she gets a reaction out of you, she sees it's gonna hurt them.
Yeah. Once you play your game, guys, this is math, by the way. This is very mathematical equation.
And men become unhappy.
Chas v'shalom.
It's true though.
Okay, that's what you say. Because you're not able to.
Round up a good amount of men.
Because they're not able to function with their emotions. They're more fear. He's gonna mention right now.
Also ego.
Also ego. Let's get into the class. You'll be able to understand where he's coming
Not
from.
even ego. Because a man can keep his mouth shut, take it, but inside, it's like,
I understand.
This is the
Why?
woman I
What?
married,
Yeah,
which
listen.
becomes unhappy.
Very good.
He holds himself inside, mentally, emotionally.
You
but then
said
starts
you
building up
said
resentment.
something very beautiful. What he does, if he's gonna drop his ego down, he's gonna hurt, and that's exactly what we need. Why? No pain, no gain. When you hurt, you go through a growing process. You understand? It's a growing process. We do not allow this process to take root. Why? Because srazu we take it and then we hurt and then we boom, throw a jab. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what she wants. But he'll explain. For now, a man can accept humiliation with love and can also accept complaints and accusations without being offended or defensive. Men, I see their faces turn into a devil when a wife says, yeah, they don't say anything, but like, they're sitting there. No, you cannot do that. Listen, imagine a Down syndrome person doing that. Oh, you're not going to have that. You're not going to have that look.
So
you're going to have rahmanut.
So you have to consider your wife as someone
Yes,
who's mentally ill.
yes. If you're unable to deal with it as a as a woman, because we explained to you that a woman that's the way she is. So now I have to look at her as a woman with emotions. If you cannot look at her like that, may believe that she's Down syndrome. I'm not saying anything about Down syndrome, right? But in your head, I want to say that, you know what? My wife is going through a problem. I have to have mercy on her. Do you know why, by the way, do you know why you get uptight? Because you think she's doing it on purpose, and because you're not able to take that. How can you? I don't want you to be like that. Who are you? You're gonna say I'm her husband.
Yeah.
You know what a husband is? That's what you're gonna have to start learning. And he says a husband is a guy who can accept humiliation with love and can also accept complaints and accusations without being offended and defensive. That's a husband. But unfortunately, 99% of us are not husbands. Unfortunately. We're trying. Nobody ever taught us how to be a husband. We just see husbands from where? Brady Bunch, Friends.
I don't think anyone ever did this. It doesn't matter the time period. No men.
So back in the days, back in the days.
Even worse.
No, back in the days, they did. But back in the days, it was slightly different. And he mentions in the other book, because we were the sole provider, our providing for her was a lot for her. And therefore she respected us, and she wouldn't really be the way they are now. But nowadays, because of the fact that they could provide for themselves, you understand? And they could do everything for themselves.
It's also because they're brainwashed in today's society.
Yeah. What's up?
How do you explain women that don't work?
Huh?
How do you explain women that don't work?
Don't work.
Yeah.
Same thing. 1 second. My pops always said, when you two get into a fight, remember, it's you and her versus the problem, not you and her. Right, not you versus her. Right, correct. Yeah, it's true. Look at that. Look at one more time. It says, when you two get into a fight, remember, it's you and her versus a problem, not you versus her. And unfortunately, by us, it's me versus her. And I always said it. I use this example. Yeah? All our marriages are like this. Me against her. Our marriage is supposed to be like this. We're together. You understand? Let's work out a situation here. What's the problem? My father's the problem? No problem. Help me understand how I can fix the problem. I can't see him now. Okay, I got you. We're not going to go there. And he can't come here. Okay, I got you. See, that's working a solution. But you know what we do? What do you mean? He's my father. How could that be?
What's the solution? You completely bend over. That's not a solution.
No. You know why? Because you're the man and you're supposed to bend over. Because you married her and you said, I marry you with all your insufficiencies.
But it still doesn't justify.
We-
It shouldn't be an excuse.
We don't need a justification here. First of all, we're not going to go into a discussion of your opinions. We need to work on foundations. Foundation number one, okay? Foundation number one, all women are sensitive. They're the same. They're emotional. They're unable to do what a man is able to do. All women, by the way. No matter if she's a president of a company, lawyer, doctor.
You can't do what a man can do.
Yeah. But you
They're
can't,
gonna tell
you
cannot do
again,
what a woman
you
can do.
can't tell her that. See, by the way, you're right. She's right. You cannot do what she can do.
I agree with her.
But she cannot do what you can do. You know what that is? Emotionally fulfill her. She cannot emotionally fulfill herself. I told you, I repeated to you that my rabbi said that he was working with a couple from California. She is a head lawyer. He's a doctor. They're making money. She's a big honcho. Yeah? She runs a law firm. You know what she's complaining about? Her husband doesn't fulfill her emotionally. What would you need for emotion? You're a head honcho. What emotional fulfillment you need? I could be $1 billion lady, but I still need a man to emotionally fulfill me. And that's what all the marriages need. They don't need Louis bags. They don't need any kind of vacations. The reason we have all these vacations.
It's nice if it's there also.
What?
It's nice if it's there also.
No. It's nice it's there also, but I'll tell you one thing. It's there because we're not able to fulfill it emotionally.
We don't mind to fulfill them emotionally.
Yes, you do.
When they push
Don't.
Us, when they push us away.
You're not a man.
When they push us
You're not a
away,
man. I'm sorry, but you're not a man. Because according to him, Please excuse me, right? When I'm talking to you, I'll talk to anybody else because they have the same answer as you do, right? They all. One second.
All the simps online, huh?
What?
All the simpletons online.
Yeah. You hear? He says that if you get affected by a woman's la 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 la, you're not a man. So now work on your
The
manism.
most important person in your life
I
is
get
your wife.
very good. Very, you know,
It's a random girl
you're
in the street, I
talking,
wouldn't care.
you're talking so beautifully.
I live with
And
this
because
person.
of the
I look
fact,
after her, I
and
do stuff
because of the fact she's the most important person in your life, you dare not give her the faces you give your wife. Dare not.
No, it hurts you even
That's
more.
your problem. That's your, because you know who created this? You did. With your words and your faces, you created her. Now you're telling me she's the most important thing in my life, but yet you talk to her like she's trash. Not you.
Wait, don't you think that because you're with this person, you expect them to be on like a level of like respect?
Very good. You know when?
When?
When you respect her first.
But let me ask you a question. But because you respect her, you expect it back to her. But
Very
it's
good.
back.
Do you know why you're not talking to me nasty? Because I'm respecting you.
No, because me and you have a level of understanding.
Very
You ask a
good.
question,
So
and I-
when
and I-
when a husband and wife get married, there's a breakdown that a man starts. Man starts, by the way. The breakdown is he starts to criticize her. Criticism doesn't mean you ugly, this, that. No. He says, sweetie, you know, it's been 3 hours since we're up. How come you don't fix the bed? You know, you just want to know, right? Because your mother did all the time, so you think she's got to do it. First of all, nowhere to say she got to do it. But just besides the point, right? So you're expecting that. And now the laundry piles up, and she's waiting, you're waiting, and you're like, you're not going to do the laundry? She's thinking, what am I, a maid to you? I mean, she's not going to say that, right? But in the beginning, it'd be like, I mean, I don't know what was the deal there, right? And then you come home and like, you don't have dinner ready? She's like, no, I'm going to start now.
I don't get why they say maid, but we're the handyman.
I'm like,
Handyman is me.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But I want dinner like when I come. Who are you? Yeah, she's thinking, who are you? I want to be pampered, not you. I'll make you dinner, but I want to start right now, especially if she's working. So all these things, right, happen in the first day, 2, 3 of marriage, and she's thinking, who's this guy that I married? You understand? And it becomes a downward motion of what's called respecting the other person. Who started it? The man, because he started with all these, hey, how come we don't, and you're not going to make us breakfast? She's thinking, in her head, I thought maybe you were going to make me breakfast. Didn't you say you love me? See, these little things, right? You see, you're talking good, right? But these little things mess up a woman's emotional equilibrium. And she becomes very unstable
So
emotionally.
let me ask you a question. When you're in the dating process, don't you guys talk about
No, so
this breakfast?
very
the
good.
laundry,
We don't talk about that. You know why? Those things are taboo. You're gonna tell your date, by the way, I expect my laundry to, she'll never marry you. She will never marry you. Even though she Bezrat Hashem is hoping to do that, right? By the way, you're gonna do laundry, right? And I usually come home at
First
6
of all,
o'clock.
If any man says that to his wife, they're expecting an argument. You don't demand. You don't demand. I don't demand. I'm sorry.
You criticize. You expect it.
Bring it up in the right way.
I don't
Listen,
demand.
But you
what's
expect
your
it.
background of how you grew up in your house? Was your mom doing the
But tell-
laundry?
Again,
Was your
we
mom
don't
doing
say
it?
that in the
Is that
beginning.
something that you also are gonna do in the house?
You said
gotta
that in the
bring it up
beginning
with a
to your
little-
wife, to your
You have
fiance.
the right way to bring it up, though.
You
It's
said
fine.
it? Did you say it? I don't remember saying it. I all of a sudden.
I took it already for a part
Listen,
of the package. That's all.
Right, that's what I also.
But
It
I
was
put my wife when we were dating to the test.
How?
I forgot how, but I remember I
we see that's how good he was.
I
Listen,
brought her to my house one time, and I had a load of laundry.
yeah.
I wanted to see what she was gonna do.
And?
She ended up
Get
doing
to
it.
work.
And then
Before
I
you
had
got
to-
married, she did the laundry.
She that's
Okay,
my,
very
my
good.
wife
And your wife still does laundry.
has a hobby. She loves to do these things.
We're not talking about individual wives. We're talking about the nature of a woman, and we're talking
And she
about
cleaned my room.
listen, and we're talking about how there becomes a breakdown. Now we said about the criticism and about putting a number one. Now we're talking about the man. And the minute we started talking about it, we shifted to the woman.
No, you said about an argument. I mean,
Yes.
how an argument happens.
Yes.
4.5 years of being married, I still remember my first argument. A month or two in,
What was it?
she bugged out on me for putting the wrong sugar in the sugar container.
Got it. Okay.
It's baking sugar.
Okay,
I don't
good,
know the
good.
difference.
And you know what you
She
did?
bugged out on me.
And you bugged out also.
No, I left the house.
Oh, that's called bugged out.
I just just stormed out.
That's
I was
that-
so-
that-
For me, it was a shock. What the hell?
That's called bugged out. So he's saying, my friend, do not bug out when she goes berserk. Don't. Why? Okay, my love. Oh, no problem. You know what? Let me bring you 10 of these cups
How is
now.
that my fault? Can I ask?
Again, it's not your fault. You didn't know. But let's go on. He's going to show you your fault. He says like this: as long as a man lacks the desire to give to others and make them happy, then the instructions in this book will be difficult for him to do. And you know what? As you see, there used to be 40 people over here, then 30, then 20, and now only 10. You know why? I can't do this. What is this? This is not for me. He's not talking to me. He's talking to all the men who are not men. That's what it. And you know what? They're sitting there suffering and no relations. And Be'ezat Hashem, as soon as it's going to come time when the wife is going to be like, you know what? I want divorce. And he's thinking she's nuts. She went nuts because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Meanwhile, he's not being a man and he's not doing what's supposed to do.
I hear what you're saying, but I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
A lot of the things you say.
Yeah.
Even when I have a conversation
Yes.
with you on the phone.
Yes.
I can't fathom to get it.
I hear. You know
It's really
why?
hard for me to understand.
You know why? Because you have what's called an ultra sensitive ego, and it's hard for me to put this ultra sensitive ego on the side and really internalize what I have to say. Listen to this. He says, telling the female husband to focus on becoming men certainly helped. Why? They started to change. Yeah? Their wives, who were generally already beyond despair, and sure that divorce was the only answer, testified that amazing transitions had occurred in their husbands. And I'll show you 2 texts that I got 2 days ago, right? Of a guy saying to me, yo, I want to thank you so much for helping me. She was already packing to go. 6 weeks ago, she was packing to go. She was like, I'm out. This guy's whacked. Why? He used to bring her to the house where she didn't like the one of the in-laws, right? He used to.
Oh, what a burden. Oh, what a burden.
It is a burden. It's a tremendous burden. Listen, I went through that.
You have to be nice to the people who raised your husband. Oh,
But I went.
So
No,
horrible.
but you know what happened? It's not because he said something bad to her, and he kept. You're thinking, why don't you like him? He kept, or she, whoever that was, kept putting a stick into her heart like this, and he kept saying, no, come, it's my father, and the stick is going inside and outside the heart, outside the heart.
What did he say?
Who cares?
No, there are times.
Who cares?
In-laws really get under the skin.
Yeah.
Really say things that are
Listen,
unnecessary. And it's none
what-
of their business.
You see, what we don't understand is if I say something to you, you might not take it as bad as he does, or he does. So what we understand from our father, what he said, we look at her, we're like, what's the big deal? Why is she taking such a, whatever? We have to understand the individual. If that individual is hurt and happens to be your wife, guess what? You have to do anything in your power as a man to make sure she's happy. Even if it means, I'm sorry, Dad, we can't come to your house anymore. I'm sorry. That's how it is.
No, that's a little too
Yeah, this is,
extreme.
that's hard.
That's a little too extreme. I don't know about that.
Why? 15 years. My wife doesn't go to my mom's house,
You can
and
do
my
it.
mom doesn't come to my
It
house.
doesn't hurt you?
Absolutely not.
Come on.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In the beginning, it would hurt me. I'm thinking, what's the deal? But you know what? They did it to themselves. I don't care now who. I don't care. But at the end of the day, cat and mouse, we can't have them together. Well, I got to get divorced because of that? No. I can't live with my mother. I'm not going to have kids with my mother. I won't raise my kids with my mother. I won't bring down my kids down to, huh?
Holidays.
Okay, look.
Gather-
It's okay.
Here's the
I have other
problem.
brothers, they go there. Again, guys, we're going off the topic. Yeah, we could stop the video and start talking individually, but what we're saying is fundamental. If your wife doesn't like to go here, and wherever the here is, you can't go.
I think why people are getting a little bit riled up is because you're saying completely bent over and everything will be fine. That's what you're saying.
I was trying to say.
It will.
No. He's saying to you,
It will.
bend over, should bend over back to you also.
Exactly.
But I have a question.
You bend over, she'll bend over
You're
also.
talking about full submission, right?
Full submission.
So you have to be like, in other words, like a coward, right?
Nope, absolutely not. It's called a man. In this book, it's called a man. A coward is most of the men right now. You know why? They couldn't give a damn if what she feels like.
I have a question for you. 1 second.
Yeah?
Are you talking about someone that naturally is very egotistic? If that man bends over, he will have his way? Or are you talking about someone that from the beginning bends over? Because people, I know that from the beginning bend over, the women walk all over them.
You know why?
And they get cheated on
Let-
and all horrible
Let me
things.
let
and
me
they don't
let
have a
me let,
mujik.
let me tell you what bend
So
over
who are you
means.
talking about?
There's a lot of guys that you think they bend over, meanwhile they're bashing the woman with words like you don't know what.
How do you know that?
See, again. There's no see. What's
Because men
that?
are
Newton's
unattracted to these
Newton's
type of
theory.
very, what's it
Newton's
called?
theory
Okay,
of
they-
relativity. What does it say over there? Who knows? Who's a scientist over there? There's no action without a reaction, right? Impossible.
Cause and effect.
Yes, it's an impossible thing. No, zero. Well, first of all, we're talking with Jewish souls.
Why?
Okay.
Jews also.
There is no such thing as this. You just telling me right now, Big Bang Theory.
I know a
Big
Bukhari
Bang
girl
Theory is a theory.
Who left her husband because she fell out of love and he couldn't.
I guarantee
He
you,
couldn't keep up
he
with my
criticized.
lifestyle.
He criticized her to the bone, where she couldn't take it anymore. Guys, stop with the.
She said-
I don't want to hear.
But a lot of
Keep up
girls
with
are
my
attracted
lifestyle.
to a guy that's firm.
I don't want. You know what? No.
Lose
I
attraction
never.
to that
By the way,
also.
am I? You see me being I'm not
But
I'm
people are
the
like that.
least
There's guys like that.
But yet.
That's why your wife respects you.
No,
'cause she knows
no.
Your nature is
Again.
the opposite.
See, you
and
guys-
You're breaking
No,
yourself
why?
for
He's saying
her.
25
You
years
guys,
he's been like
you guys. Let me speak.
Please.
Yeah. I'm talking from experience, right? 25 years, I thought I was the man. Why? Provided this, that, did laundry, washed dishes. I mean, shopping. You name it. I was on the list of who I want to marry. This guy. Why? Does everything. And by the way, if we're saying, support this, that, many guys don't support till this day. Yesterday, I had a woman call me, tell me, listen, I don't know how to tell my husband that we need to come up with $3,200 rent because he only gives me $3,000 for all the expenses, but we have $10,000 worth of expenses. I have to pay for my pocket. How do I tell him? I go, what? You pick up the phone.
Asking how she's wow.
Yes.
She's embarrassed.
Yes, and you know what?
speaking 50
When I
times.
asked about this woman, you know what they told me? Nah, she's a man in the house. Man in the house. Of course, she has to be a man in the house if he only brings $3,000 to the table and she's got to put $7,000. What kind of ridiculous thing is that? So interestingly enough, when I wanted to help him, I thought they had a problem like we had. You know what I said to her? Does he talk nasty to you? No. Does he comment? No. Constructive criticism? Absolutely not. Does he take you out? He does.
And that's why
One
she
sec.
thinks Before talking to
One sec. Says nice words? Yes. I said, so what's his
He does
problem?
everything you tell
One
him.
second. What's his problem? He's not a man. He doesn't pay he doesn't pay the expenses. They haven't been together in over a year.
So only because
Yeah.
of expenses.
You know what? No, because
That's my example.
no, one sec. And I said, why are you not together? You know what she tells me? We live in a 2-bedroom apartment. 1 bedroom, my 2 girls, and another bedroom, me, him, and our son. Where does he want me to have relations?
Why? The son goes to sleep. He's little.
Come on, he's not little. He's 12 to 13 years old. Yeah. Oh, shoot. When I heard that, I was like, yo, this guy is no good.
Why? 'Cause
He's
he
no
can't
good.
Provide. He's not as smart. He's
Yes.
not as talented.
Because later I found out he has
What is this?
Later I found out that is his store. For 15 years. So what the hell are you doing there for 15 years? Something you're doing is not right. So if he has the money and he's only giving her $3,000 a month, that's not nice. Okay? So let's go focus into it. Men could be not men in many different areas. Okay? This not paying for expenses, he calls you a mamish, not a man. Why? She shouldn't pay $1 of the
So
expenses.
what do you say about the men who learn? Little.
Forget about that. Let's concentrate, guys. Let's concentrate. We're going off the topic. The topic is a woman needs emotional fulfillment. That's all she needs. Unfortunately, we're unable to. We don't know how to. Okay. If you tell me I don't know how, okay, I got you. Let's learn how, right? I don't know how to be a man. Okay, I got you. Let's learn how. We got to get some books on how to be a man. But don't start fighting what he's saying. Because he's saying true stuff. Because people who've done this, they see major results. Major results.
Emotional, but not emotional at the same time.
No, yes. No, you're supposed to emotionally fulfill her, but not take it personally and be an emotional woman. You are not supposed to be an emotional woman. when she says, you this, that. Okay, something is wrong.
So how do you take it?
She's hurt by something. Me as a good husband, I have to find out what it is. My love, I know you're very hurt right now. Let's diffuse the situation. We'll talk in an hour or two. We'll see what's going on. And then you sit down over tea and say, my love, what happened? I don't want to, I don't want to see my beautiful woman like that. Tell me what's going on, this and that. What do? We storm out of the house like a madman. And you know what she says? Ribionik.
How are you supposed to do
Baby.
the situation?
Baby. No, mamash.
Wait.
Look.
You know how you get. So you know something that you might not be able to
You hear?
control
You hear what
yourself.
you said?
So you have to.
You know how we get. Meaning, you want to say, I know how I am, an uncontrollable donkey, right? So I have to find out how to be a controllable horse.
But until he gets there, it's better he leaves than he stays.
Yeah.
You're right. But you know what?
Lesser of two
He's been like this for a year, 2, 3. When does he want to be better? When does he want to be better? You understand? We're gonna get ticked off by a woman. We are. I'm not gonna say that. We were learning all this book and everything. After we finish all that, then the whole test is gonna start. We have to be there like a, by the way, this whole army thing, it's not a joke, by the way. People go to the army. I knew guys, when they got in there, they were whacked. When they came out, very controlled. Very, somebody could spit in their face, they won't do anything. Because they know it's not the right time to do something. Very patient. You see these cops, by the way, when they have demonstrations, they tell you this, you that, you that. You that. They throw things at them. I'm looking at it, I'm like, if I was there. No. Many of them are not sick. Many of them are very intelligent. Some of them are lawyers and doctors, and they're sitting there acting stupid, by the way. But you know what? It's called self-control. They teach you that in boot camp and in police school, whatever. They teach you, hello, you have to have self-control. And unfortunately, we sit like a guy with the IDF, wherever he is. Yeah, we think, well, you know who I am? Who are you? You're a little man hiding behind his skirt whenever she starts screaming at you. You run away, dash, like, you got to stay there. You have to learn what it is, self-control. There's plenty of books. You have to start learning. What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to control myself? You understand? You can't just start verbalizing things out of your mouth. And then say, oh, but I was good. Yeah, but she remembers what you called her 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago. She remembers that. You understand? He says, telling a female husband to focus on becoming a man certainly helps. Once again, a man gives, a woman receives. This is the rule of creation and procreation. The husband should give his wife honor and attention. But yet, what do we say? I got to get the honor. I need attention. Where is it? He doesn't say a man needs attention. He said he should be compassionate, forgiving, and able to cope with the life's difficulties. You hear? He wants you to be able to deal with life difficulties, not her. He should always be illuminating, happy, smiling. How many of us come with a sad face on her? She doesn't want to see that. Guy calls me up today, said, can I vent to my wife? I said, Chas v'shalom. I said, but what do you mean? She's my friend, no? She's your friend, but she doesn't want to hear you venting. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. I want to vent to somebody. I don't want to be vented to. We do. Listen, no, it's not selfish. You're saying it's selfish, but it's not. It's the fact that that's how they are. See, this is ginger ale, right? It's not vodka. You know what you're saying? No, I want this ginger ale to be vodka, but it's not. It's ginger ale. It's sweet. It's bubbly. No, I want it to be vodka. Impossible. So I was telling my friend. I said, you want to change the sun. How can you change the sun? The sun is the sun. We want to change the woman. We can't change it. No matter which woman you're going to get, the only difference is the size, the name, inside, a little bit of the look. But the inside is exactly the
But
same.
you realize you're telling us to do the same thing, to change ourselves, which is very difficult.
That's possible.
It's our tikkun.
No. First of all, it's a tikkun. Leave that alone. Second of all, we don't know what it means to be a man. And Hashem says, I'm going to teach you how to be a man. You were born a man.
Is that legit?
Yeah. First of all, none of us
We need to get married?
know. Yeah. You know why? because there comes another world where you have to be a man. You cannot be a woman. And you cannot have these sensitive feeling women and whatever. So Hashem says, let me give you boot camp here. This is boot camp, but you know what we're doing? We're fighting against the guy who's teaching us. We're fighting against the person who's, listen, this is what you need, accept it.
There's so
So
many other
basically,
things
if
we
you
need to
live in
do
the
for
world
Hashem.
of falsehood, you can never make it to the world. of
Exactly.
emes.
Exactly. 100%. This guy has he should write a book with all these proverbs. You know, we'll call him the proverb man. Yeah. He's got all these proverbs, huh?
Fortune cookies.
But he hates to do what he's preaching. You know, because
Not
he's
me,
good.
it's
He's
hard to
he's
apply.
good. He's good, right? He's good. He's got the right. You're absolutely right. And we living in this fake world. Like I'm going to pick on his teddy bear, right? But I said to him, "Why are you wearing a teddy bear? You saw his teddy bear?
Polo, right?
Yeah." But I'm saying, what kind of baloney is that? Like I wouldn't wear that. Nothing against it.
fashion
No,
thing. It's a
nothing against
fashion
it. No. It's okay. Good. It's a fake. What did you say right now?
Fashion thing.
No. Before that, you said if we live in the fake world, this fake world teaches us that these lips are good. That this tattoo, that's good. You know, that wearing Pee Wee Herman style suits. 20 years ago, Pee Wee Herman was like, what the hell? What? Everyone looks like Pee Wee Herman now. You know who Pee Wee Herman is? You don't know?
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't know Pee Wee Herman?
I know, but what do you mean by the suits? What's the reference?
What do you mean? Before, when Pee Wee Herman used to, you wear the tight suits. Yeah, everybody wear baggy. We thought he was a dork. Now everybody looks like Pee Wee Herman, and the guy who's wearing the baggy, which was the popular style everywhere, right? He's the dork. Why?
Fashion changes.
Because we like to follow the fakeness going. First, that guy was a reject. Now the reject became a popular guy.
No, it just happened to be when you were growing up, the baggy was in style. That's why
Yeah, but he was a
it's
reject.
normal.
He was he was the reject.
In the 60s, it was tight.
I understand, but I'm saying we like to hear fake,
I got you.
but we don't want to. So we are not real men. And Hashem says through your wife, I want to make you a real man. But you know what we're doing? We're fighting against it. Why are you fighting? You know the key. You have the key to be a perfect gentleman. We're not gentlemen, I'm sorry. We are not gentlemen. I don't care what you say. A gentleman would never curse his wife out. Even if she emotionally starts to break down, huh?
Even if she curses him.
Yes, he's not gonna do that.
So
Why?
if a man doesn't curse-
He's a gentleman. He's not gonna give her an attitude. He's a gentleman. He's gonna give her the hand. He's gonna say, "Come, my love. Let me pick you up from your sorrow. Let me make you comfortable." That's what our wives want. It's difficult. It is. It's impossible. It's not. It's possible. We just don't want to do it. Let's continue. He
We
says.
try to do it, but we're always every day constantly being put to the test.
Be-
Being pushed.
because you never passed one test. The one test that she falls down and she says, I need to get up. Get up! Well, you have two legs. What's wrong with you? Stavayo, Mayo, come on. I know you can get up. That's exactly what we do. No, that's exactly what we do. And you know what she says? Chamor. This is the donkey that's my husband? This is the man that I married? This is the person that I want to give my all to? I'm not going to give my all to him. And now she starts to gruel you. This morning I had a new customer. He didn't come. Customer. A guy who comes to show. And he says like this. He says, what's that pasuk? Isha boneh, Isha whatever, you know? Huh? God, yeah. So I said to him, when you treat your wife like a woman, she's going to build. She's going to build like you don't know what. She'll build the relationship. She'll cook. She'll give you kids. She'll take care of them. She'll do everything. Why? My husband treats me like a woman. He says, but when you do the opposite and you treat her like a dog, she's going to destroy. She's going to take you and destroy you and your family and your business and your money, everything. Why?
Men also have their lows. What do you do in that?
Again, that low is your problem. We're not teaching the lows and the highs. We're teaching what it means to be a man. We got to get there, yes. So another class will have to sit down and, okay, let's see. When we're in the low, what do we do? Smoke a weed joint? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. But we have to see. But listen to this. A husband should give his wife honor and attention. He should be compassionate, forgiving, and able to cope with life's difficulties. He should always be illuminating, happy, and smiling. He should certainly never say, she offended me. How many guys
You're
say,
not- you're not-
yo, she offended me.
You're
She
not
offended
being-
me.
You're not being human to your
That's
uncle.
what you're saying. That first of all, you didn't start to become human.
You're being this fake Superman.
You're saying good, but you didn't start to be human. And that's why she's acting like an animal. You understand? You didn't start to be human. You didn't start to be a nice man, a gentle man with gentle words. If you would have done that, she would have never been the person she is right
You
now.
see nobody in this room.
Yes, you're
ever was gentle.
nobody, none of us.
Of course we were.
This is exactly why we're here, and this is exactly why there's people looking and thinking, how do I improve my situation with my wife? You hear?
Ask you a question. What if a woman physically puts hands on you? Like she's coming to give you a slap.
Yeah.
She gets upset. She starts throwing stuff. What are you supposed to do? Just be quiet.
So if you ever act the way you're supposed to, she would never do that. Which means if she's throwing things at
Let's
you,
say, let's say she just gave birth.
She would
had
never do that.
postpartum, something like, you know how
no
women-
such thing.
That's
You know,
not
woman-
true.
you know,
No
women-
such.
One
One second. There is postpartum,
Yeah, well,
but
let's say
she.
went a little
it-
bit crazy, a little
yeah,
bit off.
if you
She's doing
respect
what
your
she wants.
wife, she will throw at somebody else, but not at you. See, will she hit you with a hammer? Yeah, of course, 100%. When you don't treat her the right way, we just said, right? A woman can build and a woman can destroy. And if she starts to destroy, she will destroy. She doesn't care about anybody. She doesn't even care about herself. Why? Because she says, I'm dead. I don't have the man who I was obsessed with. You understand? He said it right. You know, he says a woman is obsessed with her husband. Like obsessed with her husband.
This is called obsession.
Yeah.
Shitting on him, putting him down.
No, you didn't get it.
Wife is her lifeline.
You-
of
you
what
didn't
she
get it.
lives through.
She
Her
was-
water and her sunlight is not feeding her.
She was obsessed with you when you married her, and all of a sudden you started to degrade her. And because men have a terrible mouth. We love to be very
Judgmental.
critical. We're judgmental.
We don't just wake up one morning and be like, today's a day. I'm gonna. Put
From
him
the
down.
first day you do. I know. Again, look. Remember what I said. The bed is not made for 3 hours. Like, sweetie, let's make the bed. You know, you didn't cook the breakfast. I came 6 o'clock. There's no dinner.
I'm not like other.
By the way,
men.
but forget about you. I'm saying in general. You have your own things that you do. Listen, it's not hot enough. I usually like it hot. My mom does it better. You know, and like that, it just goes on and on and on.
Basic 101. You're looking for a fight if you're gonna. My mom does like this.
But I also said my mom that. I said to her, listen, my mom cooks, but you know, this my mom makes better. I didn't know it was not allowed to do. Well, you knew it was not allowed to say?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
From the first day you got married? You knew? Rob, you knew?
Listen,
You did?
To say that,
I never knew.
I would compare.
I thought was
sometimes
that-
to other.
I would tell, listen,
my wife
maybe
on
you
the
should go to my mom and learn how to learn. I didn't know that. Apparently that's like
that's not
knockout.
That's not crazy.
No, that's a knockout. She doesn't want to hear that. But look what it says over here. 1 second. He says, when a man gets offended, yeah, she offended me. Because a man shouldn't get offended. When a man feels offended, it means that he wants honor, and this is a female trait. A true man can accept humiliation.
I don't get that.
A true man can accept humiliation and continue giving to the one who humiliated him. See, we think that getting honor is a manly thing. It's not. It is, but looking for it is not. A woman looks for it. You understand what I'm saying? What are you shaking?
Respectfully, a woman does not look for honor. She looks for attention for her beauty.
No,
You
no.
cannot say that's honor.
Now, again,
honor
it's
exactly?
it's
It's
an
two different
listen
things.
to this. When you have a gym, right? Do you ever tell your kids to honor you?
I demand honor because they're required to honor their sensei.
But you
because
actually
not
say
for
that?
Me.
1 second, you actually say that?
No.
What do? You act it.
Right.
You act that way.
Right.
But you never tell a little kid, yo, get up, you have to show me honor. You never do that. You show them. That's exactly what a woman wants. A woman wants you to show her honor so she can honor you. She wants to honor you. She really wants to honor you. She wants to. Like with a passion. She's made to do that. You understand? It's built in her computer. But when she's seeing that, yo, why is he not honoring me? Not chas v'shalom to give her tea, no. By talking nicely to her,
That's
by
a
not,
form of honor.
by not degrading her. By the way, in the new book that we're doing, he says you have to honor your wife. Chas v'shalom, not to bring her tea. He says that's not your job. When he said that, I was like, whoa, what the heck? He says, no, with your mouth. You understand? It's all about the mouth. It's all about what you say and what not to say. The not to say,
What if it's more than
one second, the not to say is bigger than the to say. Like many people say, listen, how do I fulfill my wife? By not saying 90% of what you say. Yeah. Why? Because what you tell her is degrading her. You understand? All this, sweetie, I'm hungry. Can you? What am
How's
I?
that degrading?
What am I, a maid to you? You don't see me cooking? Give me time. If it's Rodrigo in a restaurant, and even Rodrigo is gonna get upset. If you're like, excuse me, we ordered half an hour ago.
No, that's not true. It's
What?
Customer service.
What? You know the cook is gonna say?
It's called respect.
You never had a restaurant. I had a restaurant. You know what he say? He said, tell him, get out of here. If I tell him, yo, Herman, let's go. He's like, well, what do you want me to do? I got two hands. What do you want me to do? You understand? So the not to say is much more important than what we say. And that's where he says that the first thing of honoring and respecting and emotionally fulfilling a woman is not to comment on her. But what do I hear? No. I had to say it. She was already going over that line. I had to say it. The little ones, okay, I could hold off. But the big ones, I had to say it. I can't. I had to say it.
Mitzvot, you have to first do the lo ta'aseh,
Exactly.
and then you get to the aseh.
Exactly.
What are the big ones? What do you mean small?
First of all, some guy calls me, says the small ones I can handle. But the big ones I can't. I got to tell her.
Can you elaborate?
You're going to tell me later yourself. You're going to tell me yourself because, it's, I don't know what that meant either.
Situational.
Okay? Says a true man expects nothing from his wife. How many of us have expectations from our wife? She didn't do my laundry. Yeah, I have a guy, she does his laundry. But she wants him to a little bit, so she puts the laundry in the room. He tells me, she can't put it in my whatchamacallit? So I'm thinking, why should she do that? I'm thinking myself, why should she do that? Why can't you do that? Well, what is it going to take? 3 minutes? 5 minutes from you? It's your underwear. You understand what I'm saying?
It's like bringing her flowers, not with the paper.
No.
Is that nice?
See, again, first of all, that's you. But she, behind the scenes, right?
Finished it already
No.
completely. It's like a
She's
half-done
saying,
job.
let me see what he's going to do. And you know what? She says, he still didn't put it. And she's not putting it either. Why? She's thinking, what does he think I am? I washed it. I folded it. I brought it to the room. He can't put it in the thing.
So you think maybe it's because he doesn't do things fully for her, that she does it like that?
Could be. But I don't see. And you know what? He gets upset at that. I have a guy. He gets. I said, why would you get upset? I said, I do my own laundry because I like to do my own laundry.
Shalem, you want a completeness
What
of
do you-
something.
So what
If
about
I
him?
would do something for
So
her,
what
like
about?
half
So
also,
what about
it's
him?
not a-
What about him? Who says that he's complete?
Most likely he commented, like she put something in the wrong place.
Probably. But the point is not that. The point is, he says, you should not expect anything from her. She did your laundry already. Why are you expecting her to put it inside the freaking cubby? Put it yourself. What kind of expectations? You're a man, no? You have to make sure that I could show you the cruise that I went to. If the captain sees a dirty paper on the ground, he's not gonna not pick it up. That's his ship. Okay, he's gonna be like, listen, the whatever, he's gonna take that up, he's gonna put it in the garbage. He doesn't want no customer seeing
He's
that.
gonna wonder what.
Okay, later on he's gonna, whatever. But the point is he gonna do it? We see it and we don't touch it. Your underwear, I put it back. No, on ждет, пока она поставит. Но она же тебе помыла. Она же тебе фолд сделала. What is that expectation? He doesn't need her honor or attention. Many guys still tell me, how come she doesn't give me attention? I don't understand. How come she doesn't honor me? Give me tea or something like that. Че я дурак? Че я какой-то собака? I do so much for her. So what is he saying? $23. So he's giving 30. He's looking for $7 change. You understand? So that's us. We come, we work. Yeah, I work. I do that. Where's my change? How come she doesn't do anything for me? And that becomes a problem. Today, look, I got up 4:45 in the morning, every morning, right? I learned, I went to shul, I prayed, I went to work, I spoke with the people I needed to speak with, I drove home, this and that. I ate, I put the garbage in the thing, I took the garbage back out. Today's garbage day, I took it over there. While I have my son sitting on the couch, three daughters, hanging in the thing, you know? So I was like, after I did it, I'm like, yo, guys, I don't understand. I got 4 older kids, in my house.
It's a good
How
question.
how come I have to do the garbage? I don't get it. And my girls are there, but I'm really pointing it out to my son. I was like, that's it. Everybody $200 a week, I'm gonna start charging for living here. The girl's like, whoa. What does that have to do with anything? Again, that was a joke, yeah? But you know what? I don't care. I'll do that anytime. Why? Because I'm the captain of the ship. If they don't see it, that's their problem. But you know what? They do see it. And they might be lazy now, but tomorrow in the house, you know what they're gonna do? Exactly what they saw their father doing. And that's what we have to teach them. If the father's sitting and just like, whatever, you understand? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do whatever. So therefore, sometimes we have to be men in order for our children to learn. So I tell the couples, I said, listen, stop cursing. Why? The children are going to learn how to curse. Stop getting angry, because the children are going to be angry. Stop getting, because that's exactly what they're going to show you when they're going to be 10, 11, 12, 15, 18. You know what they're going to do to you? Oh, they're going to field day on you. Field day on you. They're going to curse you and you're like, what did I do to deserve this? What did you do? From young age. Cursing, schmersing, getting out of hand, screaming. They're a sponge. They're, you understand? So, besides everything of what we're talking about, the wife and the thing, we have a family. We have to be a stand-up, how you call that?
A rock.
No, yeah, a rock, but we have to be a big example. A very good example for the family. But you know what? We don't care. Why? We go crazy. We just blab things out of our mouths, not realizing we have kids around. You understand? If anything, do it for them. You hear? He says, some husbands say, I don't ask for much, just for a smile or a nice word. I don't want loads of compliments or lavish expressions of love. All I need is for her to express some care. That would give me the motivation to give to her. Right? Everybody's there. Very good. He says, when she's so caustic and apathetic, not smiling or giving me any positive attention, it takes away my desire to do things for her. Right? I like that, right? He likes this now. He says, no matter how little he wants her to give him, the desire to receive is a female one. And there is no hope for peace in a home like this. You hear? No hope. What? One more time. He says, no matter how little he wants her to give him, he says, the desire to receive is a female one. I know, we have to get that out of our system. Me, for some reason, I hate gifts. I don't know, I'm not a gift guy. I never was, I feel bad when people give me gifts. To give, I'd like to give, yeah? But to receive any kind of, even sometimes, like I told you, right? To bring me tea, I take it myself. I feel like handicapped. You understand?
So, many times, my wife loves gift giving. I don't need her to get me a gift. Save your money. She doesn't use the credit card I gave her. She likes to use it from her own. I told her, keep your money. I don't like taking money from my wife. I'm
okay.
Jewelry. I like to myself. She's like, so what do you want? Actually, I tell her what I want doesn't cost a thing, but for some reason there's
what do you want?
Some way you can't give
honor,
respect.
Oh, he just said right now. He just said right now. Let me tell you what. I have one class on YouTube. You know what it says? Man looking for male characteristic wife. You hear? You're looking. You want her to treat you like a woman. You hear? She says
submissive wife.
No. He wants respect from her. So which means one second. She's thinking, I want the respect. He wants the respect. Am I living with a woman? What kind of man is that that's asking me for respect? It's like what I told you, right? The rabbi comes in. Rabbi says, why is nobody standing up for me? No, it's exactly the same thing.
It's not.
For your wife, I told you that before, and I asked my rabbi, am I okay to say this? He says 100%. She looks at you like you're God. Imagine God saying, "Yo,
I
I need you to respect me." Has God ever told us to respect Him?
Yes.
How?
You should awe Hashem.
Good. Awe is different. And what? 1 second. And He says, "Awe for who? For you, not for Him." Hashem doesn't need it. All the mitzvot that we're doing, He says, "I don't need this. It's for you, not for me." Why? Because you're going to need it in the next world. In order to exist a certain way, you need to do this. You need to put on tefillin every single day. You need to pray 3 times a day. You need to say berachot on everything. You need to do all these mitzvot. Why? Because in the next existence, which all religions believe actually, Christianism, Islam, Judaism, there's life after death. Without that, there's no religion. That's one of the, pinnacles, principles that we have to believe in, but yet we don't. This is the one we don't believe. So all of us are actually kofrim. We don't believe in God. You understand? Because we don't believe in this. But if we believe in this, He says, you need this, these laws, these mitzvot, in order to exist in the world to come.
So why the Rambam says a woman is required to treat her husband like a king?
Very good, very good. When you treat her like a queen. See, all these things, the guy in the morning, he said, what about a woman that builds? Yes, when you treat her like a woman. If you're not going to treat her like a woman, she's going to destroy. She's going to destroy like you don't know what. Like the devil is devil. You understand? She will destroy. But whose fault it was? The man who didn't treat her like that. He wanted respect. He wanted this. He wanted that. So now she said, what am I? Am I living with a man or am I living with a woman? I don't get it. That's what's going through her mind.
Really?
Yes.
When we demand honor and respect from our wife,
She's thinking you're a woman.
they look at us like,
Yes. And that's why when I ask, what do you want from your husband? I want him to be a man. What does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah.
what about whenever men feel like their woman acts like a mujrik?
Yes, that's all, that's on the thing where it says that she's going to destroy. Because you're not acting the way you are supposed to be acting, she takes on the role of a man because she needs to run the family. And
Balance the energy.
and therefore, because you want to be emotional and you want attention and love, okay, I'm going to give it to him. But how's she going to give it to you? You understand? By being a man. Listen to this. Okay. He says
we're just saying we can't accept love from
you could, but you cannot be expecting it and demanding it. Understand? If you show her love that she gives you love, very good. If you're not showing her love and she's not giving it to you and you're asking for it, very no good. That's the problem. You hear? She should be respecting us? Absolutely. Should we be looking for respect? No. We should be giving respect, not looking for it. You hear? It says, woman can't stand a man who gets offended and insulted. You hear? Woman cannot stand a man who gets insulted. Okay, so what? I said something. So what? Okay, I said something I wasn't supposed to. Yeah? Such men should pray, Master of the world, have mercy on me and help me be a man that I shouldn't want honor. I get offended because I want honor. Help me rid myself of this female trait. He says, pray to Hashem for this. He says, as long as a man seeks to be recipient rather than a giver, he can't have a successful relationship with his wife. The instructions for peace in a home are all methods of giving. The concept of first place is about giving. The concept of no comments is giving. The concept of wife as a mirror, they all revolve around giving. Yeah? The lesson of the first place is clearly all about giving. How? When a husband puts his wife's wishes before his and gives her priority over everyone else and everything else, he's giving her in a very, very clear way.
So marriage is being selfless.
Of course. By the way, being a human is being selfless.
But you are already selfless.
How?
You're not.
What?
What are you talking about?
Of course.
Stop lying to
I
yourself.
want respect as being selfless.
Yeah, stop.
Ask me or my wife who wakes up in the middle of the night for the kid.
Again, you're telling me
That's your
again.
job, you're a father.
You're telling me small things here and there. We have to be a selfless individual, meaning I'm selfless completely.
90% of the money goes to them.
Again, it's not about money. Who cares about the money? They couldn't give a damn about that. They want your neshama. They want your.
Suck the soul out of me. No life.
Yeah. Listen what it says. He says, when he conceives his desires, his time, his money, his honor, just to make her happy. By doing this, he lets her know that she's the most important thing in his life. Every time I take her out, she seems to be happy. 30 days I've been taking her out, and she's like, is that correct or not correct? For now, that's what she needs. Here, the lesson of no comments is also giving. Comments detracts from a wife's honor. Every comment, it's her emotional status is gone. He says he makes her feel inadequate and robs her of her self-confidence. Every time we say a criticism, constructive criticism, whatever, her self-confidence just drops.
Something wrong.
Again, see, this guy, he just wants to prove his point. Your point ain't gonna work, my friend. I tried that. It ain't gonna work. I guarantee you.
So let her keep
By the way,
doing
if it does work for you, make sure you write the book, because it ain't gonna work. Yeah.
So let her do the wrong thing.
Yes.
Whatever she's doing.
Yes. You know why? Because she's not gonna do the right thing because she's looking at you, and you're doing the wrong thing by commenting on her. And when you start doing the right thing by not commenting, she's gonna start doing the right thing. But you're gonna tell me, but she doesn't know what the right thing is. She'll know. Hashem puts a little thing in her saying like that, yeah, and she becomes to know. He says compliments, love, and praise, on the other hand, increase her self-confidence, her happiness, and her vitality. A husband who wants to make his wife happy showers her with the light, quote unquote, of sincere compliments and praise, while shielding her from darkness of derogatory remarks and criticisms. Every wife will tell you. Yesterday I met with another couple. He started talking. Can I say first? Okay, go ahead. Started talking. Yeah, this, that. My mother, she did this. He told her that. Okay. I said, you finished? Yes. Now be quiet. Let me hear you. So she started talking, and this. I said, no. Talk to me. I'm still not here. Finally, about 25 minutes later, I said, listen, what makes you the situation you're in right now? And she started, he bashes me with words and this and that. He comments on my thing. And I said, oh, okay. I said, that's what I was looking for. And I can't, started right now. Why? In front of me, he's telling her, get off the phone. Do this. Don't do like that. Don't sit like this. Turn over here. Look at me. What is this? Yo, that's a killer. See, each one of those things was a negative comment. She's sitting like this. Sit like this. Don't hold the phone. Yeah? Why did you get up? Ipi yomayo. No. I'm a very nice guy. I don't comment on her. I said, Chuak, you in front of me? All you did was comment on her. And we don't realize that. You understand?
You know how hard that is when you grow up with your parents doing that to you, and now you're telling somebody to break.
I grew up
It's
in a
not-
household that the father was a gambler. Had nothing in the house. Lived 3 months in the street. What do you want me to do? Live the same way?
That's why 25 years.
You want me
it
to
took you.
live the same way?
No, but it's not.
No, but it
something
wasn't
that
because I was a
happens overnight.
gambler. It wasn't because I was a gambler. Because I wasn't. I was a provider. I was never
You
provided
had
for.
to get over generational trauma that took you
No,
25
I had
years.
to understand how to treat my wife. I didn't know. I was being a good husband as much as I thought I was. But this criticism in the first place, none of us know. And this is a very big how do you call that? It's a very big when you don't know. Yeah? And unfortunately, nobody knows. When they find this out, like, wow.
Kids are born pure.
Yeah.
Empty
Depends.
slates.
Yes.
So the parents inject them with a program.
So you know what
If
you're
the
saying?
program needs to be changed, it's not easy.
You're saying
to-
interesting stuff.
It's
I-
PTSD.
I do have to see, like I see some families here in Bet Gabriel, right? That the husband and wife, like the parents are very educated. I gotta see whether they didn't do that and they transferred it to their kids. Their kids are pretty good. I gotta see. But my parents didn't know. Your parents didn't know. Most of our parents did not know. They did not know how to act, between husband and wife. But their acting was zamalchi, zakororotsvoy.
see for
You understand?
20 years.
I understand. So unfortunately, that's what we got, and we might not say zakororotsvoy, but we say, "Could you please shut up?" We say, "Can you please shut up?" Thinking, okay, at least I said it nicely. No, that I see he says it often because he laughed.
No, it's funny that I never tell him.
You don't say, "Can you please shut up?"
No.
What? I heard you in front of me.
To my wife?
No? Can you please shut up?
Why don't you ask her?
This guy's so confident.
Please shut up.
No, you never said that. No?
Not like
When she's like, da, 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 da. Can you please shut up? Maybe
Maybe a long time ago. But-
Listen to this.
No, not enough.
He says, a true man gives because it's his nature to do so. He doesn't give with ulterior motives. Yeah? All of us give to see, what is she going to give me now? What is she going to give me? Again, we're not like that, but in the back of my mind, so much I'm doing, she doesn't even say thank you. That's also taking. You're supposed to do not expecting this thank you. You understand? He says, he doesn't, by the way, put on the, I used to clean the refrigerator once in a while, yeah, back in the days. And I used to find things from like, yo. So before I threw it out, I gotta send a picture. I said, look what I'm throwing out. Look. Why?
Ancient artifacts.
$5, $10, $6, all this costs money. Why I gotta, throw out things that we should have used, which we didn't because you told me to buy more and whatever.
I don't care.
Doesn't work. You want to be a man? Throw it out. Don't worry about it. Let the money go to the cash, whatever, yeah? But it's unfortunate, right? Because when they're not fulfilled, you know what happens? They don't care about anything. He's telling me, she doesn't even get up. She doesn't even this. She's always sleeping. Yeah, because she doesn't care. She's doing, she's cooking here. She's doing laundry there. Yeah, but it's as he says, it's depressed. It's not real depression, but it looks like very real depression. But it's not. It's a depressed mode. You understand? And
You're not gonna give a plant sunshine and water.
Exactly. 100%. We gotta get them out of this depressed mode. Some of them really have a depressed mode. You understand? So he says, don't go. He says he doesn't hope to get honor. He doesn't hope to get honor or consciousness from his wife just because he gives her. He wants to give. A man who feels that it's unfair that he should give to his wife without receiving anything in return is still plagued by female characteristics. And unfortunately, there's many men like that. Well, come on, I do so much. Why doesn't she do anything for me? Because she doesn't have to. If you're looking for that, it's a big problem.
She doesn't have to do anything?
No,
Anything.
she doesn't have to. Do you want her to? Yes. Does she want to? She wants to. Yeah. By the way, yesterday. Yeah.
It makes it seem like a woman has the upper hand. Might as well. Being a woman seems to be pretty.
Very good. It is. But you know
Pretty
what?
nice.
You know what? One of the hardest thing of a woman. Tell me, would you want to be dependent on somebody?
If I know I can walk all over him.
No.
and he can't say a
Tell me
goddamn
right-
word,
tell me right
and
now.
He has to provide.
No.
for me,
One
I
second.
get up in the air.
Would you really want to be dependent on somebody? I don't think so.
I-
All of us want to be independent. All of us want to be. The woman, right, is cursed. You hear? The woman is cursed by being dependent on her husband. Right? When Chava got
Emotionally
cursed,
dependent.
yes, emotionally dependent. And you know what? She doesn't even know why she's like this. Here, that's why the madrechot, the teachers that teach the
So why
Kala
don't they
classes,
let us do- like, let
because
us
it
do-
doesn't work like that.
I have a very dope shot.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, because each one of us has our own selfish ideology. You understand? Each one of us has our own female inside. Why? Because our mothers made us like that. She cooked for us, she cleaned for us, she ironed for us, she did our bed for us.
What's
she
the
did-
flaw? You
Just
take care
like
of your
Very
son?
bad. Huh?
That you take care of your son.
Yes.
Just
Do you
like
know
your
why?
mom.
One second. Do you know why? It creates these female characteristics on him, and then when he's in the wife's house, he's like a little tako женщина. Why doesn't she put my clothes in the thing? Why I gotta do this? Why she doesn't do this for me?
All mothers do
What are you
that.
You know
talking
what's
about?
hilarious? The one thing I have
Yeah,
to say.
yeah.
The same women that have a problem with this are the ones that butter their own sons.
Yeah.
How does that make
100%.
sense?
He doesn't, and they should not do that. Every son, by the way, as a daughter,
So basically,
should be
they're
taught.
hypocrites to their own mother-in-law because they're doing the same thing for
Hundred
their
percent,
sons.
100%. They should teach their son nicely to fix his bed, to wash the dishes, to clean the whatchamacallit. It's a why? You're getting him ready for the future. You're getting ready for the future. We should teach our children this. You understand? But we don't. Why? Moj synochik. You understand? And he becomes takoy, female characteristics. Again, we're not saying it's right, but it's done every day. The lesson of the mirror, chapter explains giving in a different sense. Once a man knows that his wife is his mirror, he understands that whatever faults he sees in her are rooted in him. You understand?
Say it one more time.
Once you understand this concept of mirror, right? My wife is a mirror of me, which means if I'm saying she's lazy, guess what Hashem is saying? You're very much lazy as well. Now, does it mean lazy at work? No, because you're a go-getter. But
Lazy
certain
to feed her emotions.
that's one, and
Lazy
number
at
two,
home.
and number two, lazy with Hashem's mitzvot. You understand? Hashem says, you calling her lazy? What about you? Did you come to Minyan today? Did you put tefillin at the proper time? Did you do Shema at the proper time? You could have gotten up 6 o'clock in the morning. Why are you being lazy sleeping at home? You telling her she has the full right to sleep there. She has no necessity for putting tefillin on, no necessity to support the family, no necessity to work. She'll clean the dishes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She doesn't have to do that. You do. And what do we say? She's lazy, she's this, she's that. So guess what? You have to stop and say, whoa, why is that? That means Hashem is telling me that I'm lazy. But where am I lazy? At work, I'm very good. Not work, let's see. And you start to say, oh, I see. I didn't pray today. Mincha Aravit, forget about that. Berachot, Birkat Hamazon, only on Shabbat because there's plenty of time on Shabbat. That's laziness. Because a real man is supposed to take the 12 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours, whatever hours he wants to play with, and utilize it the way he's supposed to utilize it. You understand? Because it wasn't our choice to be Jewish, by the way. We're forced to be Jewish. You understand? And the Goyim, they're not. Why? Why wasn't I born Goy? Because Hashem demands that I do this and I do that and I do this. Awicho, we halfway in, halfway out. You know, when we want it, we religiosny. I said that purposely. It's religiosny. But you know, religiosny. That's how all the Bukharians say it. Religiosny. It's religiosny. They even say that wrong. Why are you laughing? Because that's
I know people who say it like that.
I know, because most of them say it like that. You know why? Because they're religious. They don't even see everything that we see in her. I know it's hard to understand this, but it's us. It's you have to start to decipher where is it that it's me, and that's where you really have to pinpoint over there. Not why is she like that? Why is she like that? No. She's like that because you're like that. And Hashem is making her like that times 100, if not times 1,000. So if you're a little bit lazy with your Jewishness, right? She becomes very lazy. Like, why is she so lazy? I don't understand. Why is she so greedy? Greedy. Let's see. Now you got to see what in me is so greedy. And I got to start why she hates my mother. Have to start to think, what is it with me that she hates my mother? Or my father, or my sister, or my brother, whatever it is. You understand? And each one of us has our own devils in the hidden closets, which we don't like to take them out. And therefore what? Ego. She's no good. Why? If I put my ego, I don't have to mess around with my closets, with all my stupidities in
What
there.
about
Yeah?
religion? A lot of people who reincarnation come back to this world,
Yeah?
their mission is not to be religiosny, like the way you say.
Okay. Rigilozny. Who said?
Why? A lot of
Who said?
the rabbis speak about
A
it.
lot of
Some
stories
rabbis-
you hear, right?
Yeah.
But if you have the right mind and you are a normal person and you, chas v'shalom, not a beggar, right? Your first priority is to fulfill every mitzvah in the Torah. Because only through the mitzvot you will
Can't
be.
fulfill every mitzvah
One
in the
second.
Torah.
Again,
All the
any
mitzvahs.
fulfillable mitzvah, to go to pray minyan that everybody does, you could do it as well. I can. Okay, listen. We can say I can to many, many things. I can't eat sushi as well, but you could try to eat sushi, and then you're like, wow, it's really delicious. You understand? We were not born real estate guys, jewelry guys, doctors, psychologists, dentists. None of us were born like that. We became that way, right? We learned, we put heavy hours inside, in that time period. Yeah, we weren't husbands either. So we got up, we got married, you understand? We had kids, we're now raising kids. Yeah? We could always say no. But let's continue here. Yeah? It says, as long as a man seeks to be a recipient rather than a giver, he can't have a successful relationship with his wife. The instructions for peace in the home are all methods of giving. the concept of first place, no comments, and the wife is a mirror are all revolved around giving. Yeah? He said over here, comments exhibit a husband's lack of sensitivity, damage a wife's self-confidence, and show lack of emunah. Every comment is an attempt to change things in a way not directed by Hashem. You know what he's saying? Every comment. He says, and at a time not directed by Hashem. So he says, what are you teaching her for? It's not your business to teach her. She's doing it wrong. Astaf, let her do it wrong. A man with emunah knows that he wants something to change. He needs to pray for it, work on himself, and then wait. The change will happen when Hashem decides that time is right. You hear? So it's very important that we don't speed up the process of the world's going on. You understand? He says Hashem does that. What do you have to do? I have to pray. I want my wife to be nice. Pray that my wife is nice. I want my wife to lose weight. Pray that my wife should lose. Don't start telling her, sweetie, you know.
You have to do your hishtadut. You can't just pray and expect all of a sudden miraculously.
So what's your hishtadut? Sweetie, don't eat this.
Go to the gym. Cut down 80% is the way you eat.
Tell her go to the gym.
No.
What are you supposed to say to her?
You can't say anything.
Okay. So sometimes I see her like, she hates to throw things out. So the guys eat it. And nobody eats it. So you know what she does? She eats it. And I'm like itching to say, what? Just throw it out, because she don't need the extra calories.
I love you. You're not a human garbage. I love
No. She will.
I love you
She
too much,
will.
But
She,
you love her, so you don't eat this.
she will sense this thing. I tried that. They got very upset. Don't do that. Just let it go. You pray to Hashem, please infuse in her that. But you know what? It could be that you're charchor yourself. And honestly, right? I've been recently takoy. I love cakes, and it's. I haven't been able to control my desires as far as food. So he shows it. Wow! I just realized that it's crazy. So even that, you see, if I control myself, she'll also control herself. In food, I just got it. By me, if there's food, I go nuts. Even though I'm not so fat, right? But I'm like, I want to eat it. Yeah, no control at all. Some of the Musar books, you know what it says? Eat it, but not now. Wait 10 minutes. I can't wait 10 minutes.
Gluttony.
It's not gluttony. I won't but I want to try it right now. Like in Yeshua, I'll be like, okay, nobody's eating. Okay, Levi, let's go to Mizanot, because I come from work. So, whatever, right? Relax. You have to have patience. Wow, I just got that. You see, even here, when you see her doing that, guess what Hashem is showing? You also charchor, bro. You can't wait 5-10 minutes. Wait until everybody, starts eating. You hear? What's the big deal? You waited 8 hours? So wait 8 hours and 10 minutes. Did you Moses? Okay, no problem. So I'm going to show it to your wife. That's crazy. That's why I just figured that out now.
Some people say Shalom Bayit comes from the wife.
How's
I
that?
hear a lot of,
How's that?
I don't know, I'm just saying, I hear a lot of people say that.
So a lot of people say stupid things. People send videos over here that, it's all the wife, it's all the wife, it's all the wife. We wish it could be the wife. Listen.
Can't this work the other way around? If
Where?
a woman is very wise and she knows to give her husband honor at the times when he's going psich, she can also transform
Very good.
him in this way.
You said something very fundamental, and he says they want to do that, and they try to do that, but our comments and our
But I'm saying the formula works the other way also.
You're right.
She could do it
You're
also.
right. You're right. But I've tried to coach one lady about that. Her husband is just too nasty. I can't. She tried. Oh, nasty.
Even when she tried to be good?
Yeah,
Still
because
nasty.
he's a Mr. Nasty.
Oh, that's a different story.
Again, but that's him. You can't even blame him, right? Because he's already 63 years
How
old.
many guys are on the edge that if you gave them a little,
You see,
they would.
Rob, in our world, in the man's world, if we don't work on ourselves, the little that they give, we sit on her head.
What?
Yeah. We think they sit on our head? No way. She's not stupid. You understand? They sit on our head when we're not doing what's supposed to do. And it feels like they're sitting on our head. Give me Louis, give me this, give me that. When she's talking like that, guess what? You're very far from respecting her. Very far. And I'm going to make him buy me a Louis bag. I want to see how much he loves me. And by the way, that Louis bag she doesn't care for. She'll buy it. Like, oh, Louis, garbage. She's thinking, okay, what's next to get him? Why? Because he's not satisfying
You
me.
don't think that if she cared about it before she married someone, let's say a different woman, she'd care about it with him or without him?
About what,
They
Louis?
cared about Louis bags before they met us.
That was you know, the Instagram whatever, but it's not the Louis they're going for. At the end of the day, it's their. I need to. I
If
need
I'm
to
not
be
full emotionally,
exactly,
I need to be full
exactly,
materialistically.
exactly. I just told the guy in the morning. I told him, listen, I knew a guy personally. Yeah, his wife wanted a big house over there, you know, in the other side. Mistake, schmistake, whatever. He sold the house here, which was a pretty big house there. He built her house from scratch there. And then she groomed him. I want Gucci glasses, Louis bag, Cartier watch. I want this, got it. I want vacation, good. I want another vacation, good. 1 year he went on vacation 8 times. At the end, you know what happened? They got divorced. He couldn't. He couldn't. You know why? Huh?
Waste of money.
Yeah, he couldn't. But what? Because he thought, or he thought that this is what because she was saying. But little did I didn't know this yet. This was about 2 years ago, whatever. And little that it was an emotional thing. And by the way, she cheated on him. And that's what the book says, that she'll do that. Why? Because when they don't get fulfilled emotionally, he says they'll either go nuts, or they're gonna need medication, they're gonna cheat on you, or they might kill themselves.
This is-
Yeah, that's how bad he says it.
You
He
said 15, 20 minutes ago, a woman feels something to a man, you
Yeah.
just don't know why.
Yes.
What is it?
It's ve'el ishech teshukatech. You see? It's ve'el ishech teshukatech. Hashem cursed Chava that she is gonna be attached to him. Who's him? The husband.
So
Now,
they feel that.
yeah, first
But
of
they don't know
all,
why.
they don't
So
even
what
know
if I
why
go
they
home
feel.
and I ask,
She's not gonna know.
you're attached to me,
She's gonna be like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
but you said they feel it though.
Again,
reflect it, though.
it's
They don't want to admit it.
no. It's an internal feeling that they get at the moment you say Ariad Mikudeshes B'Tabat. Remember, I told you about the brother and the sister that got married. No, did I tell you about the brother? Yeah, it's the same thing. He knew her from 3-4 years old. They lived in the same house. They ate. He knew her character, everything. They weren't real brother and sister. The mother came with, right, and the father came with. The minute they got married, she changed. And he's like, yo, what happened to you? And she didn't even know what happened. But there's that pasuk that happened. And now she became, you know what? Imagine this. Rob is a strong guy. But imagine Rob is standing here, and I'm his wife, and I'm like hanging on his neck, and like that, and he's just standing like this. You imagine this picture? That's a woman. That's a woman. A woman is just like what I call she. It's like that. I just want to be.
Then wait.
I just want to be on you.
You know, I even asked my wife one time, the class you had whenever you give yourself to your wife,
Yeah.
as in zero commenting,
Yeah.
connections, they would want to slave to you.
Yeah.
I asked her that.
Yeah.
If I didn't comment, didn't criticize, and I emotionally fulfilled the crap out of you,
What did she say?
she's like, yeah, I would love to slave for you.
Yeah. I said this yesterday. I said
That was
this.
his
I
shot.
said this
So do it,
yesterday.
bro.
Listen, I said this yesterday at the end of an hour 45-minute session. I said, okay, I'm gonna come out with my that. The girl was sitting over here, the guy was sitting over here, and I said to him, I said, you know, if you fulfill her to the max, I mean, like whatever, be like a man. I said she'll slave for you. Usually, I like to see this. She went like this, and I pushed it again. She will be your slave. I'm telling you, she'll slave for you. She'll go, well, then don't go, you know, because I wanted to see, where is it? She goes, listen, I mean, I'm not going to be like a slave, but I'll do everything for her.
But my wife
You know?
said to me, she's like, I don't want to, it's not like a slave, but I want to serve you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like you're my king.
Because it's in them. Now, I know all the goyim are probably listening thinking, what is this? What is these Jewish men? They're talking about, God forbid. Yeah, but God forbid, we're not talking about, you know, enslaving our wives, chas v'shalom. We're very respectful to our wives. We're saying that every woman, when she gets married, she wants to be dependent on her husband. She wants to, like, serve her husband out of love. And when the husband shows her that love and that respect and that sensitivity and that natural, you know, the movie manliness of what a man is. You know, remember not the new movies, but the old movies. Remember a man was always yeah,
Bobby, though.
calm, collected. He would never go out of his head. The wife would come, oh, let's go. He's like, he would hold her like, yeah, don't worry, everything's fine.
A rock, a rock.
A rock. That's what our wives want. A wife wants that. She wants a man to be a rock. Are we? We're a leaf. They go,
One time my wife woke me up in the middle of the night. Here I was go downstairs. I had to go downstairs myself. To sit in my house.
we're not talking about,
There you go. I
again,
did.
we're talking about emotional.
Well, I carry, so I went.
Emotional rock. See, you right now, you told me I'm a rock, but then, why didn't you show me love? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You come out with your, where is this guy? Where's the guy? And then in the morning, like, why you don't show me love? It's like, where are you, bro?
Why? I'm a
I
soldier,
can't-
but I'm a lover at the same time.
You're a lover.
I'm a soldier out there in the world.
You're a
fighting.
lover, but you want her to be the lover. Like, where's my love? You gotta give the love. You understand? Let's just finish over here. Yeah? He says, good. He says, a man with emunah knows that he wants something. If he wants something to change, he needs to pray for it, work on it himself, and then wait. Change will happen when Hashem decides. Many guys tell me, okay, I was good for the past 2 weeks. I don't see her changing. It doesn't happen like that, guys. I'm sorry. If you're waiting for that change, that means you want to go back to your old self. It means you want to go back to your old self. When you decide to do something right now, this is a new reality. You're becoming a new person, or you're trying to become. Many of us are, okay.
For a man to keep his mouth shut for 2 weeks, I give him props. It's not easy.
2 weeks?
Yeah. That's 14 days.
Almost 12 months, my friend. In a
That's why
month,
you're sitting teaching the class.
in a
though.
month, it's going to be almost 12 months. And again, I fall here and there, but at least I know where I fall. And I dare not go back to where I was because it's the worst thing in my
Okay, but for someone to do a cold cut 2 weeks, you can't give him props. You can't give him
Okay,
I
props.
ask you, out of the percentage of 100 men, how many men are able to do this?
I have no idea.
Not a lot.
I never
I'm
took,
asking you a statistic.
but I never took. I don't
You
know.
said yourself 40 people.
Right. From what I
And how many
see,
are left?
not a lot of people. I'll tell you why. Because they're not real men.
So a
You know-
real
you know what a
man
real man is?
What, 5% of
You know what a real
population?
man is?
Less.
I know that I'm not supposed to smoke anymore. I'm throwing it out. And that's what I used to smoke. And then when I realized that's not for me, you know what I did? I threw it out. Cold turkey. When we had the playing games of the hands, if you understand what I'm talking about, right?
No.
If you understand what I'm talking about? Zir al-Batala?
Choke the chicken.
Zir al-Batala?
No.
You don't speak Hebrew?
No.
Masturbation. Masturbation. When you become a man and you say, okay, that's not good for me, you cold turkey leave it. Unfortunately, what happens is, like you said, not many men are men. We walk like a man, we talk like a man, we act like a man, but we're not really a man. We have a lot of female characteristics. We're very sensitive. We want to be talked nice to. We want emotions. We want this, we want that. What is this?
Human nature, though.
That's not human nature. That's American
Nice.
nature.
Kind.
Okay, and that's why we have a lot of yani budu gavaritz
Gomik.
da. You understand? So it's they're and you know what? They're achieving big numbers. Big numbers.
Fine, yeah, it's,
Big numbers. Why? Because the agenda is there to weaken the man. You understand?
you see it?
To weaken the man. The agenda is there to weaken the man. But a
Who's
man,
agenda? Whose agenda? The liberals. Okay.
there's
But we're
big,
not talking
there's
about
big,
we're getting way off.
But
topic.
the
Oh,
agenda
we-
is also
oh,
to
oh.
strengthen the woman.
exactly.
We're getting way
But
off
we
topic.
no, that we on the topic. That's why he says a lot of men have female characteristics. Why? Because we see all this in the movies and Instagram and this
So
and
then why
that.
do we have
A
that
man,
emotion?
look in Instagram. What do you see? A man stand with a couple of ladies. Yeah, she's no get out of here. Yeah, this one get out of here. I got another one. You know what is that? So that subconsciously stands in our mind. You see, we have a totally warped idea of what it means to have relations, of what it means to have a family, of what it means to have kids, of what it means to have responsibilities, And what do? We know that Instagram, TikTok, Schmicktock is no good for us, and we're still playing with it.
What if the people that don't have it? I don't have it.
Very good. Okay, you're one of the rare people who doesn't have it. But a lot of men are stuck on this. 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning. They're tring, and he's with the phone. He's like, this thing is no good. Okay, do something about it. I can't. Okay, at least he's man enough to say he can't. But this is what we're talking about.
But the girls are 100 times worse.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But you know what? We have to be good examples. If we spend 20 minutes on there, they'll spend 20 hours. So we have to spend 0 so they can spend 20 minutes. You understand? And it works. You have to lead by example. As he said, you have to lead by example. This marriage is leading by example, and it cannot be her.
So how many percentage of men are actually men? 5%?
Probably 5 to 10%, I would say.
And how many percentage of women are actually women?
All of them. Yes, I'll tell you why.
No, girl
No.
and woman.
Listen,
Little girl and woman.
as
What's
far
the
as
percentage?
a woman is concerned, they're all the same. In what sense? They cannot function without having a man to evolve. By the way, this is also in the Goyish world too. I've asked Goyim where they said, I have one guy, Italian guy, says, yo, I'm married 36 years. I said, get out of here. He says, yeah, this is my daughter. I thought that was his girlfriend. I thought he was already divorced, whatever. It's like, no. I'm married 36 years. This is my daughter. I go, get out. What do you attribute your shalom? What do you attribute to your good marriage? You know what he said? I emotionally fulfill my wife. Wow, that was to me that was checkmate.
Did you ask him what he meant by that?
He meant, talk to her nice, don't, whatever. Huh?
Butters her up.
He butters her up. For me, that was checkmate. This was about 4 months ago. You understand? Checkmate. Coming from a goy. You understand? And what do we think? We think now we could talk to her like you don't know what, and then, have her be normal and serve us. She can't. Unbelievable, can't. All right, let's follow this. It says over here, says the following story illustrates how a husband's behavior towards his wife determines her behavior towards him. A rich miser, rich cheap guy, once came to the rabbi saying that he wanted his wife to die. Oh, okay. So this is the story where he says,
Rather be a widow than divorced.
no.
I read that part.
He was shocked and he said, God forbid. Why? So the man related a tale of suffering. He described how cruel he is, how cruel his wife is. Remember, he said, she's like this, she's like that, she doesn't tell me. Basically, she was a very... Huh?
He hates her, basically.
He hates her and she hates him. So the rabbi says, listen, you want her to die? No problem. You make a pledge, a donation pledge. And they say, a large one. He says, anyone who doesn't, fulfill his donation pledge, the wife dies. He says, but...
Be nice to her for a month.
Yeah. He goes, but
She was wrong.
since you know that she's going to be dead in a month, right? Because you're not going to pay, you be nice to her for this 1 month. Mom's not, and you know what? It's interesting that he says a month, because really you need a month or, like 4 or 5 weeks, and the whole thing will turn around. He says, be nice to her, say nice words, don't criticize her, don't curse her, don't this, that. And he did exactly that. What happened? His wife changed. Honey, you want some tea? You want these? You want that? You want that? She completely changed.
What if you're nice but in a sarcastic way?
That's
For
the
example-
worst thing
for
you could do.
example,
Wife
let me explain.
wife hates sarcasm.
My wife, a couple of days ago, raised her voice, and I looked at her, I'm like, I love when you do that. It turns me on.
Yeah.
In a sarcastic way. Clearly, I didn't like it.
Again, wife, you should know, their antenna is tremendously sensitive when it comes to what we feel inside. They know what we feel before you know what you feel.
They know.
What you feel before you know what you feel.
That's low.
No. Meaning, she already knows what you're feeling inside.
That is gonna.
And that's why, and
So
that's
when
why.
they say something, or
And that's
they
why
raise their
sometimes,
voice,
that's why
you know how you feel?
because that's why I said, why is she on edge? Because she knows you're on edge. She can already see your face on edge. Yeah. That's how they are obsessed with you. That they know. And that's why when I say, yo, how come you're on edge? Oh, why am I on edge? And she tells me, he doesn't tell me this. He only tells me that she's on edge. А она увидит, что он пришел, немножко нервный, немножко такой. Again, usually they're right. Here. So basically, how does the story end? Because he was nice to her for 4 straight weeks without saying anything, because he's thinking she's going to die. Of course, I'm going to be nice. She changed completely. And then he comes to Rabbi and says, Rabbi, I don't want her to die. That's actually the woman I want. I want it to be like that. He goes, okay, now you have to do your pledge. You got to pay up to $2 million that you set up for the building. Is that? So both of them won. The rabbi got his building, and he got his wife back. Yeah, yeah. So basically, we have to, at the end of the day, start working on ourselves. It's on time, because no matter what excuse we're gonna make, she got to start first. I can't because she pushes me away. I'm unable to when she gives me an attitude. These are all things that have nothing to do with her. It's our problem. You understand? And we have to know as a man. And by the way, I speak to a lot of these women. They really want to be good, but they're so zavisits, dependent. They're so dependent on you, not for your money, but for your emotional attractiveness, for your sincere,
Emotional attunement.
yeah,
To define
exactly. This how remember that radio? That's exactly her. That's exactly her. And this thing is in our hands. That's why you want it to be fine tuned. You got to talk to her nicely. You want it to sing nicely. You got to make sure you. It's a very delicate. You mentioned it. It's a very delicate fine line, because anything, our face, our expression, it could damage her, and the damage is big. It's not small. He said in the other book, says it's not proportionate. I took a little water, and I went like this. I got a little wet. She gets a bucket. Bah! What was that for? You just spilled water on me. What do you mean? It was a little water. Not proportionate reaction. That's why sometimes you've heard people say, right? What the hell was that? Okay, what was that? What was that? What kind of reaction was that? It's an unproportionate reaction, because since they're coming from a state of emotionality, we're coming from logic. Right? If I do a little bit on you, you also do a little bit on me, because it's illogical.
God make us opposites just so we can go head to head.
No.
Why
Because
do you make a war?
because he's not making a war. He wants us to come and understand and realize what it means to be in control of our characters. He wants us to fix our character, because everything depends on our character. You understand? Who we are is our character, and therefore, the more we work on our character, the more we become better people. And what are we doing? We're telling, no. Let her fix her character, and I'll automatically be a normal guy. That's what we all saying. That's what he just said. That's what you just said. Let her be a little bit nice to me. I'll treat her nicely. It doesn't work like that.
You're saying change. So Hashem wants us to change our character.
Yeah.
Not for just our wives, for
Oh
generally everything.
yeah. The wife is the conduit that would help you change your character towards everybody.
So now you're saying I have to emotionally connect to the whole world.
Absolutely. Why? Because
You
there's
never find yourself.
there's another world that's waiting for you, and over there you have to be master of character. If not, you're going to be miserable for eternity. And this is the world for fixing this character. You understand? And the biggest character that we have to fix here is the ego, because this ego doesn't allow us to move further. Ego is a wall that doesn't allow you to move further. You'll destroy everything. You'll get divorced. You'll lose the partner. You'll lose money. You'll do whatever. But I cannot remove this ego. You understand?
Your health, you
All
start
men have
drinking,
Everything.
All men have it.
All men have it. Yes, all men have it. Ego doesn't have to be a guy walking like this. No, you could see a small guy that you never heard anything about, and he could have the biggest ego. You can't move him. It's ego.
Stubborn.
Yeah. Of course.
Stubborn is also ego.
Yeah. It stems from egotistical behavior. You understand? I'm stubborn because I don't want to move my ego, because it's going to hurt me. So therefore, I'm going to be stubborn. You understand? So it's all connected. So Bezat Hashem, we should all work on ourselves. By the way, if it's not this wife, you're going to have same, if not worse, problems with another wife. So
I know
better.
someone got married 3 times. His third wife, not Bukharian, happiest man alive.
Yeah, you know why? Because already he messed up 3 times.
With the Bukharian.
So
He recommended-
whoever.
for Bukharian men not to marry Bukharian women.
Again,
What
whoever,
kind of woman is it?
whoever.
She's Syrian.
Syrian? Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen. Syrian, very good women.
Love that sarcasm.